YouTube, it's your boy P Money. So Blazers get a hard fought 111-110 victory on a last second layup and one from Dame Lillard. Also contributing from Melo, who played hellified defense and also scored 23 points, and CJ McCollum, who led all scorers with 30 points tonight. It was pretty much the starter show for the Blazers. Hassan Whiteside had a double-double, and then Kent Bazemore also chipped in with 11. And the bench ended up only having 10 points, so it was definitely the starters. In that first quarter, the Blazers really couldn't buy a basket, but they pretty much stayed in the game with their free throw shooting. But the Suns, they got off to a really hot start, and they ended up, I think in that first quarter, they ended up being up as much as, I want to say around 11 points in that first quarter, but they ended up winning that quarter 33-25. But in the second quarter, the Blazers started getting hot, and they ended up scoring 34 in that quarter. That was pretty much led by Dame, CJ, mostly CJ, and Melo, of course. But they pretty much hold even with the Suns, who scored 34 in that quarter as well, to hold an 8-point lead into halftime, 67-59. But in that third quarter, that's when the Blazers start actually getting multiple stops. They hold the Suns only to 21 points in that quarter, and Dame, CJ, and Melo all contribute a lot more to go up in that quarter, 90-88. In that fourth quarter, though, it starts getting a little bit, like you could tell both teams are starting to wear down, and the energy is getting low, but they keep fighting. And like I was saying, Dame seals it with that game winner layup at the end. And Aaron Baines tried to get a charge call on the play, but he was still shuffling his feet when Dame went up for the basket and ended up fouling out. But Ricky Rubio, he had the last shot from three, which they had about 20 seconds or so left. I don't know why they didn't call a timeout and try to run a play. I guess they felt like they would just run quick and they could probably catch the Blazers off guard, because they kind of were doing that early in this game, where the Blazers would end up shooting a three and then they would just run up the court and get a basket to answer, So I guess that was the plan, thinking that type of play would work to catch the Blazers off the guard, but they were ready for that, and we made a good contest on Rubio's shot, and it ended up falling short, and we ended up getting that game. And this is a huge win for the Blazers, because the Suns were currently sitting in the 8th seed, and they definitely needed this one. For the stats for the Suns, man, Kelly Oubre Jr., he was killing. He had 24 points on 10 of 21 from the field, goes 3 of 7 from 3, had 2 assists, 3 turnovers, 3 steals, and a block. Saric, he finished up with 17 points on 6 of 10 from the field, goes 1 of 3 from 3, had 7 rebounds, an assist, 3 turnovers, and a steal. Kaminsky also finished with 17 points, and he was efficient, 7 of 14 from the field. He goes 2 of 5 from 3, had 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 turnovers, and a steal. They get 34 bench points from the Suns, with Aaron Baines and Cam Johnson each scoring 13 points. For the Blazers, CJ McCollum, he finishes up with a game-high 30 points on 11 of 20 from the field, goes 3 of 7 from 3, had 7 rebounds, 6 assists, had a high turnover ratio with 5 turnovers, had a steal and a block. Dame finished up with 27 points on 9 of 21 from the field, goes 3 of 8 from 3, had a rebound, 5 assists, and he also had 4 turnovers, so they definitely got to clean that up, because they're the primary ball handlers for the Blazers, so Definitely got to get those turnovers down. And we actually had 20 turnovers on the game, so that's 7 over our season average. So taking care of the ball is a must for the Blazers once we start playing the upper echelon teams, even though the Suns they were a playoff team. The Blazers ended up knocking them out of the playoffs currently, but the Suns will have reinforcements. Booker didn't play, and Ayton will be back from his suspension because he served out his 25-game suspension. And their next game, which is tomorrow against the Clippers, he'll be back in uniform. So I'm sure the Suns fans are definitely hyped that they get that guy back, because he was having a really good season before he ended up having that popping for PEDs or whatever. But anyways, Melo, he finished up with 23 points on an efficient 8 of 16 from the field, hits 4 threes out of 6, had 8 rebounds, assists, a turnover, 2 steals, and 3 blocks, and he was cooking, man. And it was just good to see Melo playing on both ends of the floor. You know what I mean? It was beautiful. He had those 3 blocks, just 2 steals. His little swipe down that he has, man, it's real quick. And guys don't really react to it very well because he's been getting a lot of steals the last, I want to say, 3 or 4 games. So big ups to Melo, man. General salute to Melo because he's playing very well. He played well against Denver. He played well tonight. He's been playing well. And it's not Melo's. When we lose, it's definitely not on Melo, in my opinion. Even though, sometimes he doesn't get the ball when he probably should more because he's been so hot, you know what I mean? He should be getting that ball more. Feed him until he starts missing some, But it is what it is. We got the dub. I can't really complain too much. Kent Bazemore, he chipped in with 11 points on 10 of 4, or 4 of 10 from the field. Was 3 of 8 from 3. Had 3 rebounds and assists, a turnover, 3 steals and a block. Whiteside, he finished up with 10 points on 5 of 7 from the field. Goes for 14 rebounds. Had a lot of turnovers as well. He had 4 turnovers. Had a steal and 3 blocks. We definitely need to make some improvements on the bench because we ended up only having 10 points, and they smashed us on the bench points. They had 24 more points than we did, so we definitely got to get some moves done. I don't really know what's going on with that disabled player exception. I don't know how long that usually takes, but I'm thinking that they're going to use that on a guy like Kenneth Faried possibly because he just got out of his contract in China where he was averaging 17, 10 and 2.5 blocks. So that'll be a welcomed addition to the team. Just his energy alone, you know what I mean? And he was playing really well for the Rockets last year, so it was kind of crazy to not see him get signed this year. But hey, if the Blazers sign him, I'll be hyped up for that because that means that we can sit Anthony Tolliver's weak self down because he has been garbage cans. He was still getting cooked out there, but he did make some good plays. He made some good assists. He hit a 3, missed one of his free throws out of 2. So I can't really get on him too bad today, but man. Also, Hazonia, he got hurt again, and this is the 5th player that the Blazers have had that have dealt with back spasms. Right now, Nasir Little, a rookie, he's currently dealing with them, and he was saying that it's hard for him to even get up out of bed a lot of times, so he's been moving gingerly, and it's the back spasms for him aren't going as fast as for other players, so hopefully he gets back soon because we definitely need him out there. His energy is a must. He fights on them boards too, and he plays pretty good defense for a rookie, even though he makes a lot of mistakes still, which is expected of a rookie. Next game up for the Blazers, we host Golden State on Wednesday, while the Suns go to the Clippers tomorrow. So they got to get on the plane right now and head to LA and gear up for that game tomorrow night. I keep seeing all these articles, and Nurk's been wrapping up his workouts, so it's seeming like he's coming back pretty soon, and that'll be a welcomed addition. I think that's another reason why the Blazers don't really, because they're only like a game and a half out of playoffs right now, and if Nurk comes back like later on this month or early next month, I think the Blazers' plans are they just work him back in, and hopefully everything else falls back into place. You know what I mean? They might make a move like for Kenneth Faried, maybe get another wing, get that disabled player exception to be used for a guy, maybe release a guy, pick up somebody on the waiver wire. I think that's what they're looking at doing right now. I don't think the Blazers are going to be doing any huge moves like that, like getting Kevin Love or Blake Griffin, or the crazy rumor that I saw of giving up Whiteside for Taj Gibson and Marcus Morris, and that's just a terrible trade. And the Blazers would have to give up 2 second-round draft picks to the Knicks. Like, come on, man. That's a terrible trade in my opinion. Whiteside has way more impact than both of those players combined on the Knicks. So that's just a terrible trade, and I'm sure that was a New York-based article that I read when I saw that. I was just like, come on, man, don't stop playing, man. For team stats, the Suns, they shoot 41 of 90 for 46% from the field. They go 12 of 34 for 35% from three. They go 16 of 19 for 84% from three, or from the free throw line. Of their 41 made baskets, they have 31 assists. They pull down 44 rebounds. They have 11 offensive. They get 11 steals. They have 5 blocks, and they have 20 turnovers. So they don't take care of the ball very well either. And it was very apparent down the stretch for them. They were turning the ball over left and right. For the Blazers, they ended up shooting 40 of 84 for 48% from the field. They go 14 of 34 for 41% from three-point land. They go 17 of 20 for 85% from the free throw line. Of their 40 made baskets, they get 21 assists, which is right at their season average, pretty much, a little bit over. They get 41 rebounds, 9 of those offensive. They get 9 steals, they get 9 blocks, and they also have 20 turnovers. But it was mostly from 3 guys, basically. Dame, CJ, and Whiteside. They mostly coughed up the ball the most. So definitely got to clean that up. Them playing a lot of big minutes is kind of understandable too. They're playing 35, 36, 37 minutes a night. So they're, of course, going to get tired and make some sloppy, bad decisions, But it is what it is. We got the dub tonight. Should get another dub against Golden State. So things are definitely looking up for the Blazers right now. We got a nice little soft stretch in the schedule. So we should be able to get that record back up towards 50%, you know what I mean? And after that, the sky's the limit for the Blazers. Like I keep telling people, I do still believe that the Blazers are going to make playoffs. I don't think that they were out of it by any stretch, even though they were having such a bad stretch, you know what I mean? Like they're starting, like if they can just put a couple together, it's just like that. People's perspective on the Blazers season will change dramatically. I know there's still, I saw a lot of crickets today in Ticket TV stream as far as the Melo haters, and I seen some Dame haters having to shut up too, because Dame did hit the game winner, you know what I mean, at the free throw line. You know what I'm saying? Leading the team to another victory like he's supposed to as the leader. But that's all I really have. This is your boy P Money. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to all my supporters. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And I am off this.